When we think of the Bible, we often imagine a book filled with stories of great heroes, divine interventions, and moral lessons. However, one of the most surprising and seemingly mundane sections of the Bible is found in the book of Exodus, where God provides detailed instructions for the construction of the tabernacle and its furnishings. This section, which spans several chapters, might seem out of place in a narrative that is otherwise filled with dramatic events like the Exodus from Egypt and the revelation at Mount Sinai. Yet, this detailed account of the tabernacle is not just a boring list of measurements and materials. It is a profound statement about the relationship between God and humanity, and it offers us a unique window into the theological and cultural world of ancient Israel. The book of Exodus is a pivotal part of the Hebrew Bible, recounting the liberation of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt and their journey to the Promised Land. The narrative is filled with powerful moments, such as the crossing of the Red Sea, the giving of the Ten Commandments, and the wilderness wanderings. However, after the dramatic events at Mount Sinai, where God reveals the Ten Commandments to Moses, the text takes an unexpected turn. Instead of continuing with the narrative, the author devotes a significant amount of space to describing the construction of the tabernacle, a portable sanctuary that would serve as the center of Israelite worship. The tabernacle, or Mishkan in Hebrew, is described in exquisite detail. God instructs Moses to take donations from the Israelites to build this sacred space, and the materials required are listed with precision: gold, silver, bronze, various colored fabrics, animal skins, wood, and precious stones. The instructions for the construction of the tabernacle and its furnishings are so detailed that they can seem overwhelming to modern readers. However, these instructions are not just a list of specifications. They are a theological statement about the nature of God and the way in which God desires to dwell among the people. The first thing to note is the emphasis on the tabernacle as a place where God will dwell among the Israelites. In Exodus chapter 25, verses 8, God says, "And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them." This statement is significant because it marks a shift from the idea of a distant, transcendent God to a God who is present and accessible to the people. The tabernacle is not just a physical structure. It is a symbol of God's presence and a means by which the Israelites can enter into a relationship with God. The detailed instructions for its construction are a way of ensuring that this sacred space is built in a way that is fitting for the presence of God. The materials required for the tabernacle are also significant. Gold, silver, and bronze are precious metals that were used in the construction of the most important and sacred objects. The use of these materials reflects the importance of the tabernacle and the high regard in which it was held. The colored fabrics indigo, purple, and crimson were also luxurious and rare, often associated with royalty and wealth. The use of these materials in the tabernacle suggests that the space is not just a simple tent, but a magnificent and awe-inspiring structure. The animal skins, acacia wood, and precious stones further emphasize the care and attention that went into the construction of this sacred space. The construction of the tabernacle is not just a matter of building a physical structure. It is also a way of organizing the community and establishing a system of worship. The detailed instructions for the construction of the Ark of the Covenant, the table of showbread, and the lampstand, and are not just about the physical objects themselves, but about the rituals and practices that will take place within the tabernacle. The Ark of the Covenant, for example, is described as a golden box containing the tablets of the law. The Ark is a symbol of the covenant between God and the Israelites, and it is the focal point of the tabernacle, the table of showbread and the lampstand, and are also important symbols representing the presence of God and the light of divine guidance. The construction of the tabernacle also serves as a contrast to the golden calf incident, which is described in Exodus 32-34. The golden calf is a symbol of idolatry and rebellion, and it represents a departure from the true worship of God. The instructions for the tabernacle, on the other hand, are a way of returning to the proper worship of God and establishing a system of worship that is in line with God's will. The tabernacle is a symbol of the true and living God, and it is a way of ensuring that the Israelites remain faithful to their covenant with God. The tabernacle is also a symbol of God's presence among the people. In Exodus chapter 25, verses 22, God says, "There the first will meet with you, and from above the mercy seat, from between the two cherubim that are on the Ark of the Covenant, I will speak with you about all that I will give you in commandment for the people of Israel." This verse emphasizes the idea that the tabernacle is not just a physical structure, but a place where God can be encountered. The cherubim, which are described as winged creatures, are a symbol of God's throne, and the Ark of the Covenant is a symbol of the covenant between God and the Israelites. The tabernacle is a place where the divine and the human can meet, where the transcendent God can dwell among the people. The construction of the tabernacle is also a way of organizing the community and establishing a system of worship. The tabernacle is not just a physical structure. It is a symbol of the community's relationship with God. The detailed instructions for the construction of the tabernacle and its furnishings are a way of ensuring that the community is organized in a way that is in line with God's will. The tabernacle is a place where the community can come together to worship God, to offer sacrifices, and to seek God's guidance. The tabernacle is also a symbol of the continuity of the covenant between God and the Israelites. The tabernacle is a portable structure that can be taken down and set up as the Israelites move through the wilderness. This portability is a symbol of the ongoing nature of the covenant. The tabernacle is not just a temporary structure. It is a symbol of the enduring relationship between God and the Israelites. The tabernacle is a way of ensuring that the community remains connected to God, even as they move through the wilderness and face challenges and difficulties. In conclusion, the detailed instructions for the construction of the tabernacle in the book of Exodus are not just a mundane list of measurements and materials. They are a profound statement about the nature of God, the relationship between God and humanity, and the way in which God desires to dwell among the people. The tabernacle is a symbol of God's presence, a place where the divine and the human can meet, and a way of organizing the community in a way that is in line with God's will. The tabernacle is a symbol of the enduring covenant between God and the Israelites, and it is a reminder that God is always present and accessible to those who seek Him.